Hey guys, Reyfar here, and tonight I'm going to do a quick rundown of the products that Sofawolf will have at their table, most likely, at AC in about a week now. And I realise it's pretty quick, so I need to wriggle on and get these done. So we'll skip Heat 15. I'll do that last because I'll be talking about that for a while, mostly. And we'll go straight next to it. So, I think it was, so the Canis Minor piano music book, $5 or more. There was a Kickstarter that was run, I think, the year before last. Actually, I should just open the front runner page and it would say Kickstarter, October, last year. Not even for last. And it was released, in December. Alright. So yeah, this is actually really pretty. I think it's got... okay, it doesn't. Like, they had photos when it came out of, what do you call it? Like, in its physical form in the real world, and it looked really pretty. So yeah, if you like Fox and More, I think... Does it come with the CD? No, that was just the Kickstarter. Okay, so the Kickstarter came with like this CD that had the music on it. And yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, something you're keen on. The cover art is done by lovely Ruckus again. Yeah, I don't mind Fox and More stuff, but I haven't listened to it in quite a while personally. I think I got his first album years ago, and then the next thing I got was hashtag from himself and Pepper Coyote at Texas Furry Fiesta last year. Last year. Wait. Yeah, it was last year. Yeah, so it is 52 pages, and it has sheet music of 11 songs. I should have counted those. Next up, we've got Summer in AUKUS by T. Kingfisher, which is the other one of the many writing pseudonyms that Ursula Vernon writes under. So she's famous for Black Dogs and the Hamster Princess series, and there's something else that's really big. It says it right here in front of this text on the screen. Yeah, and so the Summer in AUKUS was nominated for a women's. I'm not sure what that acronym is. That acronym. I'll try to actually, I could probably work it out here. World Science Fiction Society Award. For best young adult book, and I quite like this. I've got the hardcover one from the Kickstarter last year, and I've gotten halfway through it, and I think I really enjoyed it, but I only just put it down because my mood wasn't really the same kind of wanderlust kind of mood that the story was taking me, and I was just like, I'll leave it for another time and enjoy it a bit more. But the stuff I did like about it, I really did like her author's voice. Came through the text, and just how easy it was to read. It was very kind of lovingly flowing. So yeah, they will most likely have both the soft bound edition, like this the regular one, and then the soft cover edition, and then the hardcover edition at the table. And the hardcover is very lovely. So it's 270 pages, has I think 5 interior illustrations, and yeah, it's really cool. So Summer in AUKUS follows this young girl who wants to go on a journey, and she meets up with Baba Yaga from Russian folklore, and she goes on one. Next up they probably have at least probably like the last, if not all the issues of Heat, at least the last 5 or so that's 14, 13, 12 and 11. I've done videos on all the Heats now, so I can just cheat and go look there. So they're all cool. I would recommend Obviously, besides Heat 15, Heat 12, and then 13. Oh, no, 12, 14, and then 13. I really like 12 a lot. It's just that cover and the Kendall story in that one. It was Kendall, wasn't it? I think it was. No, I'm gonna have to check now. It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Kendall, illustrated by Scarpo. Next up, they'd have the two Hot Dish books, so Hot Dish 1 and Hot Dish 2. I've done a video on Hot Dish 2, and I've read about a couple stories in Hot Dish 1. So like Husky Tears and Feora's and someone else's. And yeah, no, I quite like the Hot Dish series. They're very long, but they're very, very wonderful stories. Very good stories. I always forget that they're like not safe for work stories as well. I guess just my memory of it is always just wrapped up into the characters and the plots, and just forget that they bump the uglies in it. Next up, they'd have copies of Franco Fables of the Last Earth by Cristobal Joffre and Angel Bernier, is it? Yeah, Bernier. And yeah, I really loved Franco. I'm really excited for the next one that they're bringing out, like next Franco Fable. It's something to do with dragons, and I've seen some of the work in progress art from Nega's Twitter. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. I really do love Franco. I don't know if they'll have the hardcover there. They probably do, because it is a main line on their site. So yeah, it's just pretty cool. But yeah, the art is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'll just show you some pages here. You can probably check it out on the website, but it's just so cool. Yeah, so Heat 15, they'd have it's obviously the Carl Gold's famous books, so like the Dangerous Spirits and the Dev and Lee series. I forgot all about them. So it finished with Overtime the year before. No, it wasn't. Fuck, was it last year as well? No, 2016. Jesus, thank Christ. Yeah. And actually, what was that gold thing? It's rating for adult. They'd also have the Anubis Dark Desire anthology there, but most likely the softcover and hardcover of that, which is a fantastic anthology of a lot of re-released Anubis comics done during the early Sin Factory Radio Comics days, back in 2002. And then there was I think 2 new comics that were done for it during the Kickstarter run. That was their first Kickstarter Sofawolf did back in 2016? No, 2015. Fuck. I need to remember these dates. I'm going to be a pro at this one day. And yeah, so they'd also at that table, they would definitely have Ryan Campbell's... is it the Firebearers series? It's like, what was the name of the series? Firebearers trilogy. This is the second book. The third one is not out yet. And yeah, it's kind of surprised, because this one came out in 2015, and it's 2018 now. So it's probably closer than I know of. But yeah, so I started reading the other one. What was it? The God of Clay. I picked it up at Texas Fairy Fiesta last year, and I got a couple. It was one of the things where I read like the first couple chapters, and then left it on the to be read pile, so that if I needed something, I could pick it up, and then I wouldn't have to think too hard to get into the story. I'd all remember it, and I'd be able to start reading it faster, if that makes any sense. Next up we got Rat's Reputation by Michael H. Payne, and this one I am pretty unfamiliar with. It does look pretty. It is It's a novel. Yeah, I think it's one of those what's the name for probably more funny animal stories. There's a name for them. I can't remember it. But no, it's cool. I quite like the artwork by Laura Henderson. Very nice. Oh, look at that one there. That's cool. They'd also have Caterwall. They would have, because that was one they were. Was it last year or the year before last? They were pushing. That's some really nice banners. I think it was when they were at Comic Con, and it was one of the big ones that they had going on. I've yet to read it myself, but it is very cool. Like I think it's one of those things. Was like, if I had the money in the world, I would have like one of everything. Lovely illustrations by Spain Fisher, who's the writer and illustrator. And I think that's mostly it. They'd obviously have other stuff that they do well with, that they typically deal. What they are, I don't have first-hand knowledge for, so I won't dreadfully go into it. So I guess, what am I doing for time? I don't know. 11 minutes. Okay. Alright, so let's just take a bit of a closer look at Heat 15, which is definitely the flagship title at AC this year. It is releasing at AC on Friday, the July 6th, in 7 days. And yeah, so this one, obviously, striking cover. I think definitely the more striking of all the others. And I think, okay, so my general thoughts here is that I think this is going to have a bit more brevity to it, like not being as dark, at least hopefully, because I definitely felt that in like the last couple issues of Heat, especially reading them so close together, is how a bit grim a lot of the stories were, and just how, whether it was outwardly portrayed as such, but some of the subject matters were definitely like, this is a bit dark. So I'm hoping for like a lighter tone one, but we'll see. So I haven't taken a dreadful close look at the types, the what's in Heat this year. I was looking more at the people that were in it, because I thought that was a more exciting one. There's lots of new faces. So we got Differential Equations by Storm Kitty, who is a familiar author. I felt like I've read something, or I've seen their name probably on the back of Fan or Raw, and that's why they're familiar to me. But I haven't read anything by them yet, at least as far as I know. Illustrated by Terrible Animal, who I looked him up just a second ago, and I quite like their art style. It's a very kind of grimy, kind of really cool. I like the colours definitely, and just the line work. So I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see the illustrations that go along that story there. And next up, we've got Illusion by GM Radar, illustrated by ACE. That's how you pronounce it. GM Radar's first time published in the fandom and in Heat, obviously. So I'm excited for this space story. I'm a little bit familiar with ACE's work. But yeah, I quite like it. It's very colourful and very poppy, and I quite like the eyes of her. I think it's a she. I like the eyes of their characters, and yeah, just the colour work. So, which saying the illustrations will be black and white. So, I'd pay $100 for a colour version of Heat any day. Next up, we've got a poem by Thurston Howe, illustrated by Koidal Coyote, and Thurston Howe's. I think people call him Hal. Hal's poems are very fun and light, and I do like them. And this one sounds as such. And I'm really interested to see the illustrations that Koidal Coyote brings along, because I had a quick look at them, and they're nice little fun canine, kind of chippy, kind of cartoony style. That's the word. And then next up, we've got Active Imagination, a comic by Black Tiger, which I think, sorry everyone, but this is what I'm really excited for, because I really loved, was it a private date, a lunch date, the one in, the one in Heat 13, I'm pretty sure this one in Heat 13. With the cheetah and the gazelle in the park. I really love that one, so I'm really excited for this one too. And yeah, so next up we've got The Fairy's Tale by Darkhand, illustrated by the Tigress. The name is familiar. I'm bet you're gonna click it. I'm like, oh yeah, them, and oh yeah, them. Oh, actually, no, not oh yeah, them. I'm not familiar with their artwork, so I'm pretty excited for it. They do. At least by a quick look there. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, so it's a trickster story. So I'm pretty excited for that. Oh, with fairies. So I'm keen for that. I really did like that fairy style and the fairy story in one of the early heats it was illustrated by was it illustrated by Terry Smith? One of the early comics? Maybe it was Michelle White, not Terry Smith. I think it was one of them. I unfortunately can't remember the author off the top of my head, but I really liked that one. The was it the fairies dance or something? It was it's a fox maiden. And she was caught in a fairy ring, and she was forced to dance, and she tricked her way out of it. And I quite like that story. Next, we've got Torn, a poem by Televarsi and illustrated by Uruna, who I do love their work. I think I was introduced to them years ago when they started doing a web comic on a different name, and then I've seen their work every now and then. I quite like it. I really did love their illustrations that went with the candle story in a previous issue of Heat. I'm going to say it was Heat 13. Yeah, it was Heat 13. It was the exotic zebra dancer. I love that story. It was great. I like the play on that. He's professional of being an exotic dancer. He was actually an exotic dancer because he's an exotic animal, not the other one. It's Televarsi's poem, so it's cool. I mean, no, not to downplay you, bro. So next week, the comic by Reyfar. I'm pretty keen on this after I was introduced to them in another issue of Heat, like 7 or 8 a while ago with what was the name of it? It was it had a good title, and then there's another one. And I forgot that too. But I'm excited for this one because I've started following them and shit like that afterwards, and I'm really keen. I like their style, and a lot of the visual humour he has in his work. We got The Promise by T.J. Mind, illustrated by Spackard. So Spackard I'm not familiar with, but I quite like their work there. Let's see. It's nice colours. And TJ Mind, I'm slowly introducing myself to their work. Because I read a story in Fan 7, and I read something somewhere else, and I really liked his character work and how what was the wording I said to him? I said something along like the ease and closeness of the character interactions, and you can tell that these are people that get well together, talking and just being relaxed and casual, and yeah, like I really like that. Yeah, musical story. And oh yeah, this one. I was reading this one. It's the one where he's a celloist and he's been asked to play at his best friend's wedding, and she's getting married to his ex. I'm like, oh, this is one of the stories where it just hooks me right there. And it's like one of the ones that when I get this, that's when I flip straight to and just read it. I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'm excited for that one. Also, look, I'm saying it now, but I swear to God, if they don't get married and they hook up together or some kind of melodramatic bullshit like that happens, I'm gonna be pissed. So next we've got Choosing, a poem by Utunu, illustrated by Autumn Sunrise. This one is another one I'm excited for, both because I briefly met Utunu when I was at Texas Road Fiesta. He was one of Televasi's mates, and I followed him a bit, and yeah, so it was a complete surprise when I saw he was in this issue of Heat. So I'm pretty keen to see his work, because I'm not familiar with it, just met him. Don't know if he remembers me. And also the illustrations by Autumn Sunrise, which I am excited for too, because I loved their work in the previous issue of Heat that they've had. So I'm excited for this one. But one thing I do like is, cause this is a tribal poem, and I think from what I've seen, Utunu's interests and commissions and such, it'll be really nice to see how strongly he plays with the theme, because it's something that's very close to him clearly, and yeah, I'm excited for looking at that side of it. Oh, and here we are with another Tempeh Coon story, illustrated by Golden Druid, which, am I familiar? Oh, yes, a website. Oh my god, I love their art already. Oh my god, look at, that story is gonna be, next is Dreams in the Sand, a comic by Lorien, aka Baghera. Gives us a weird glimpse of exotic dance and exotic ritual between Kirin and its spirit. Now, the name is familiar, and I'm pretty sure is... Yes, that's right. Their artwork. So... I'm very interested in this comic too. And hopefully being more familiar with these people, rather than just the name being vaguely familiar. So I can, that's like, because I was really interested because of I want to see the clothing and jewelry done by the artist, and just the intricate details that I'm excited to see in the comic. Next up is Jaden Drakis' story, and illustrated by Mary Stick, which another combo I'm super excited for. I'm amazed and incredibly happy to see that Jaden's got into Heat. It's been I wouldn't say a short journey, but a very strong journey to kind of follow. As a spectator, I guess is a better way to put it, hiding behind the fucking bush. So I'm excited to see this one. Also, because I've never really read a racing story with furries, so that'll be cool. Illustrated by lovely artwork by Mary Stick. So hopefully there are birds in it, just to see it by her. Next is it's just talking about the advertising Breaking Point by Neverwolf, and a Cote de Chaleur by Mab W, and I think that's the Neverwolf I am thinking of. It is, yes, that's porn. It is the Neverwolf I am thinking of, and he's doing illustrations for Ty's Game, which is one of the spin-off Forrester Universe Devonley stories, which I sadly know not much about. And Mab W is that's gonna be gorgeous. Just Just imagining what it's going to look like. Yeah, so, and the Afterglow Husky provided by J. Jose Mister, and oh man, I'm already excited for that Afterglow Husky. Yeah, and the wraparound covered by Mako. Would it be pronounced Maquenda? I think it would be pronounced Maquenda. Yeah, fucking gorgeous. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy reading that at work. Yeah, so that was Heat 15. Jeez, not Heat 18. Yeah, so exciting one coming out from Sofawolf this year. So hopefully you guys like this, and I'll catch you later. Soon, because the Third Planet one I'm gonna hopefully do tomorrow, because I can't leave it any later.